You can unmute yourself. Such amazing energy and compassion and all of the things. I'm just so excited to have you here. Welcome.
Aw, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I am not in my home office. I am at my grandson's 7th birthday party today. So if you hear some loud noise, well, he's been coming in and out of the room, and I was like, my son is like, don't go in there, don't go in there. And I'm like, it's okay. It's part of life, right? It's part of not being perfect. And so I am super excited to be here. The lawn people are here and the dogs are going wild. Yes, normally you would hear dogs in my background. So today I'm going to be talking about self-love and acceptance and that need to be perfect, right? And so I want to ask a question and pop something in the chat. Just say me. Have you ever said something like, no one can ever be as hard on me as I am on myself? Just pop something, put me in the chat. Yes, yes, absolutely. I wore that like a badge for many, many years. Look at so many of us have said that, but why? Why do we have to be so hard on ourselves? Isn't the rest of the world hard on us? Doesn't it feel like we go out into the world and there's a constant challenge? And yet we choose to be hard on ourselves. So then how many of us, if someone in your life that you love and care about, or that you work with, or that's a business partner, or somebody that works with you, and they make a mistake or they're struggling, what do you say to them? Do you say, well, you're a loser. How could you make that mistake? I can't believe you didn't know better, right? Not everyone's perfect. We will lift them and want to soften it for them because we don't talk negatively to other people like we do to ourselves, right? It's like this subconscious thing where we have to be so hard on ourselves. But we've grown up and we've had experiences in life. We have learned painful things. We have, like for me, I had been abused as a child. I grew up making mistake after mistake, and I ended up getting married, divorced, married again, divorced. And I can remember feeling, what's wrong with me? Like, what am I doing wrong that this is what's happening in my life? Well, the bottom line was I didn't love or see my value. And those were lessons that I had learned throughout my entire life. I had learned that my voice didn't matter. I had learned to attach myself to those events. I learned to identify myself by those events. So things like, I am divorced. I am the abuse. I am the mistakes. And today, I want to encourage you, if you have those type of thoughts, that you start to become aware of them and shift that thought process. And I'm going to give you some steps on how to do that. So first of all, we all have a story. And our story can give someone else hope. So the shame that we have felt over our lifetimes because of these mistakes, because of these experiences, things we had choice in and things that we didn't, because let's face it, we all have things that happen in life that weren't our choice, right? So whether it was your choice or not your choice, it's part of your story. It's part of what brought you here at this moment. And so I want to encourage you to look at these events that have happened in life as part of just what brought you here. It's part of your puzzle of life. And I like to look at our experiences, good bad, however we define them, as a piece of the puzzle. And we are creating our puzzle. We have the choice from today moving forward how we want to look at our puzzle. However, first, we need to accept all of those pieces of our puzzle that have been created up to this point. So really accepting all of those things as not who you are, but just events that have happened. And I say just events like it's simple to do, and it's not. There is work to do. There is a lot of discovery, acceptance, forgiveness that needs to take place. But overall, these are your pieces. And so accepting that, and to do that, first take an honest look about where you are. What are all the things in your physical life, in your spiritual life, in your financial life, in your relationships? Where are you right now? If there are things in there that haven't been healed, if there are conversations that need to be had, learning to have those conversations moving forward, learning to look at those things, forgive to find the peace. It's accepting what's occurred, the decisions, and accepting this is something that sometimes is hard to do. Accepting does not mean it was okay. It doesn't mean that if somebody hurt you, that it was okay. But accepting and forgiving, that's for you. That's for your peace. That's for your freedom. But what we tend to do is we hold on. We hold on to all those things. And then we like to compare ourselves to everyone out there. And I like to look at it like I have all these pieces of clay here. Let's see if I have a purple one, a blue one, a pink one. I have all kinds of colors here, but we'll go with these three. And I like to look at this as person A's life, person B, person C. I got the pink one or I got the blue one, but I want the pink one. I want that person's life. And when you think about clay, it's yours to mold. How you can have if you guys have ever been to one of those paint classes, where they leave you in the paint class, right? Those are so fun. Does anyone's painting look the same when you get done? They don't. And that's how I like to look at a piece of clay, is I can give you all a piece of clay, even the same color clay, the same amount, and no clay will be the same. And that's how your life is. Nobody's life is the same, and comparing yourself to someone else is so painful. You are a gift. You have so many things to bring to this world that no one else has. And so becoming aware of, why is it that I want someone else's life? Why do I want their results when I don't even know what brought them here? Right? I don't know what brought them here. You don't know the pain that they have behind them. I know for me, man, was I good at pretending I was okay. I was so good at it. And I know when I got to my divorce, everyone was like, oh, I had no idea that was going on in your life. I had no idea you weren't happy, because I left my work at home, or my personal life at home. I came to work, but here's the reality. And when I look back on that, I was at work like a robot. I was not using my heart. I did not lead as the best version of me, because there's no way to disconnect from your personal life into your professional life, because you're one person. And you might be able to fake it for a while, but eventually it catches up. In a conversation that you have with someone, you may be short with them. You may not be showing your best self. Okay. So you are one human being learning to accept all of the things about you, because you are a gift. So that's the first thing. The next thing is to choose you. Choose yourself every single day. And how do you do that? The first thing is to keep your word to yourself. Women, especially, we like to overextend ourselves. We want to nurture and take care of other people. And so we will break our word to ourselves, like what we were talking about earlier, getting out and moving. We won't move our bodies because we have to do this, this, and this for work, for our families, for our volunteer stuff. Someone asks you to do something. Oh, and there went an earbud. Someone will ask you to do something and you'll say yes because you don't want to let them down. But guess what? You matter. Okay. Choosing yourself is how you heal yourself. Choosing yourself is how you have enough in you to give, because you might be giving, but are you giving from a full cup or are you giving from a depleted cup? And the whole desire is that we want to give from as full a cup as possible. But in order to do that, we have to choose ourselves. We have to commit to making ourselves a priority. Because here's the thing, everyone needs you, but you need you. And taking care of you first, that's how you choose you. That's how you keep your word to yourself. How do you show up as your best self? Now, when you start to have these overwhelming thoughts of, I have to say yes, I have to say yes, think about that. Are you over obligating yourself, and why? Do I want someone to love me? Do I want someone to like me? Am I afraid that they won't invite me again? Will I not seem like I can do this? No, you don't have to explain yourself. When you need to take care of yourself, which is every day, then consider that before you say yes to something else that you don't have time for or that you truly don't want to do. And one of the things that I have for myself, if I'm hem-hawing on something for too long, I know that it's not the right decision because I want to do everything. I want to do everything. I want to volunteer here. I want to, go and do this. And I want to, hang out with my husband, with my family. And sometimes I just have to say, no, I need to take care of myself and I don't need to explain myself. So choose yourself every single day. And then the second thing is taking action on the things that are important to you, taking action on your dreams. Keeping your word and taking action on your dreams are two of the most important ways that you build your own self-esteem, your own self-confidence. Because as you are taking the action and achieving things, you celebrate yourself, but you're building momentum because you are doing what you said you were going to do. This is my goal. This is my dream. This is what I want. Yes, Charlene, celebrate yourself. We don't do it enough. I mean, honestly, how often do you go through the day and say, great job, Kim, great job? How often do we do that? Probably most of us don't do it even daily. And really, you should do it a minimum of 3 times a day, 5, 6 times a day. Like seriously, because you know what? Sometimes you don't feel like, I don't want to get up and do the laundry, let's just say. And then you get up and you go throw a load in. Great job, Kim. You did that even though you didn't want to. I want to go on that walk. I don't feel like it. It's the end of the day. I'm exhausted, but you get yourself together, you go, and it feels so good. And I know I love how it feels when I'm outside walking, but celebrate. Dang, I didn't feel like doing that. I was exhausted and I did it. Kim, you are a rock star. And that might feel uncomfortable, but you deserve it. You do it for everyone else. You should be doing it for yourself. Choose to do it for yourself every single day. And guess what? When you're doing all these things, for those of us who have children, who have people in our lives, for mine is my grandchildren, they get to see those things that I want them to do. I want that ripple effect with them. I want them to know that celebrate yourself. Oh my gosh, because we tell people you can be and do anything that you want, right? We all say that. But are you doing all the things that you want to do and be? Because you are the mirror for them. So if you want them to go out and get that walk and celebrate themselves and drink that water like we learned, then we need to be walking that talk. So choose yourself every single time, because this is about you and how you feel about yourself. Because when you feel strong and you feel confident, that's what you're showing. That's what you're projecting. That's what people experience with you. And they want more of that. I don't know about all you, which I'm sure all of you here have the same feeling, but I love when I can make an impact on someone. I really do. Oh, thank you, Ida. When you love yourself well, you can love others better. Susan, absolutely. That is so true. And yet we put ourselves last so many times out of guilt. But if you keep top of mind that choosing yourself, that's how you're impacting people, is choosing yourself. So have you ever had those times where you feel like working from home is probably one of those times where you haven't taken a shower, you're still in your pajamas, it's 2:00, which is okay to do occasionally, but you know what? I know when I get to the end of the day, I don't feel like my best self. When I haven't taken care of myself, I don't feel like my best self. And so if you're not feeling it because you're just not taking the action, then pick yourself up, go get in the shower, and that's just an example of something, by the way. I'm not saying we're not taking showers every day, but if you're not feeling it, do the very thing that you're avoiding, because whatever you're avoiding is most likely the direction that you need to go into to choose yourself. All right. So you choose yourself and then do your best. Just do your best. And guess what? Your best is not going to be the same every single day. It is going to be the best that you can do each day. And if you know when you haven't given your best, and that's okay. Give yourself grace. If you are getting into the rut of not choosing yourself, of not doing your best, if you're avoiding the things that you know you need to do, become aware. And this is where, it's your choice to make a decision. Am I going to do my best, or am I going to continue to not do my best and have this negative dialogue that's going on in my head? Because that's what happens. We know when we're not showing up for ourselves, and that negative self-talk, that could be like an avalanche. We continue to do that. When you become aware, you shift that and make a conscious decision that I'm going to take one step today, and then I'm celebrating myself like I am celebrating like no other. All right, because you deserve it. But give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Stop the I'm harder on myself than anyone can ever be, because that doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve anyone else, right? So set an intention, start small, take one step every single day, do something, because that is how you build your confidence. That is how you build the belief in yourself, is by keeping your word and taking action. Okay. That's choosing yourself. And hey, while you're at it, do something that you have never done before. Something that scares the heck out of you. See, working from, no, it's okay. She's crawling on the floor here to not be in the video. Oh my gosh. That's my daughter-in-law. They're getting ready for the party, and that's okay, right? It's okay. I can't believe she has a torn ACL and she is crawling on her knees right now. That's probably not the best thing. Yay, party, Tim. Yes, absolutely. Okay. And then, things happen in life. And a lot of times we have shame or we have secrets we don't want anyone to know. And that affects our self-esteem. That affects our confidence. Sometimes we don't feel like we have a voice because we have that shame. But guess what? Your story is for someone. Your story can give someone else hope. And so finding purpose in your pain is where you start to connect with other people. And I want to tell you a little story. I attended something called What's Your Story last October. And it's about people come and tell their stories. There was 5 or 6 people that were telling their story for the first time. And my jaw almost hit the floor when I sat there, because I was like, every single person, even though their story was different, it was, drugs, it was abuse, it was all kinds of different things in their lives. But there was something in everyone's story that I could relate to in my own life. And as I sat there with tears in my eyes, I took a gazillion notes. I realized in that moment that my voice mattered, and that by sharing my story, I can give someone else hope. I can continue to heal the parts of me that might still hurt. But there's purpose in it. It doesn't have to be in vain. I don't have to walk around feeling shamed or embarrassed or feel like I have to keep secrets and I can't let people see me for who I really am. Because I can tell you, when you share your story, when you release that and you make peace with all of those pieces of your life, the peace and freedom that you experience, there are no words to describe that. There are no words. And if I didn't share my story, I wouldn't be here with you right now. I see that there are so many other women out there who have been through a lot of the things that I have and are still walking through life not feeling good enough. And so for you, no matter what has happened in your life, no matter what, you can shift that thinking into who can I serve? And allow people to see you. One of the greatest gifts of my journey is learning to truly, truly connect with people at a heart level. And when you can truly connect with people, you can get out of your own pain and you step into their world and you want to serve them and bring them along. Susan's getting her sip in. Is everyone sipping at the same time? It's sip time. No, but truly, when you can step outside of your pain to serve someone else, what you get yourself, your cup fills. There's purpose in everything that has happened in life. Yeah, drink and giggle. This doesn't have to be all heavy. Drink and giggle. So, freedom when you share yourself. All right, so let people see you, because really there is purpose in all of your experiences. So get out of your head and get into your heart. Clear out the clutter that is creating that heavy, clear out the clutter that is creating that I'm not good enough. Choose yourself every single time. And here's something I came to realize, that people are blessed to have me in their lives. You're not a burden. I'm not a burden. We have gifts to bring. Your level of confidence it will determine what you want to strive for in life. So if you feel like you're not enough, how do you think that impacts where you want to go? So get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Take that scary step, because that is how you grow. Life's scary. And I want you to know that you are enough, and create that ripple effect, because there are people that are waiting for you to show up every single day, whether you believe it or realize it or not. So I want to leave you with these 3 points. You are not your past. Your past is not you. It does not define you. It is a part of your life. Those are experiences that brought you here. It created the puzzle pieces. Okay. Give yourself grace. Do your best every day, whatever that looks like. And if it's not your best, then you know what? You have another moment after that to do your best. Okay. And then trust yourself to make the decisions that are freaking scary. Trust yourself. You don't need anyone to tell you that you are worthy or capable or enough. You have it in you right now. So trust yourself. And you know what? If you make the decision and it doesn't turn out the way you planned, that's just part of the journey. It's just part of the journey. You have so much more to create in this life. Just get out of your comfort zone. And I want to share something with you. This is a young woman's puzzle that she did. I don't know if you could see this, but you can see here the colors and the white, and she outlined it in black. But the outside edges, let's see if I can get this right. Oh, this blur thing. Hold on a second. Let me turn this blur off. I'm sure they won't care that you see their bedroom. The outside lines are the outsides of the puzzles are not outlined. Okay. This young girl was 13 years old that I did this puzzle course with. And she is in protective services. Very angry young girl. She's 13 years old. And she said, I'm going to color the whole puzzle black. Okay. She did colors, but she didn't outline it in black. And what she said to me was, if I outline it in black, then the light never gets out. And the light is in you, and the world gets to benefit from you loving yourself and caring about yourself. The world benefits from that. So remember, we all need your light, and you deserve all of the things that you want in your life. And so I want to share with you a couple of things that I am offering you today. Is number one, I have a free download. It's Love Myself Right Now. There's some questions on there that you can answer about what are the things that make me feel loved. You know, how do I feel loved? Who benefits from my being here for them? Who benefits from me just being me? So get that free download. Do that. And then I have a workshop coming up on November 5th. It is a 3-hour workshop where I will be sending you materials. You will get clay. You will get a puzzle. You will get markers. It's an interactive workshop where we really go over what are the things that impact our self-love. How do we learn to release those things? We're going to do that in this workshop. It's normally $49 with the WEN discount code. It is 50% off, and I will send you all the materials. I'm so excited about this coming up, and I will drop that all into the chat. The registration will be on the WEN I'll put it in here. It's on an Eventbrite. I'm looking at it right now. But also go ahead and visit my website, Power to Heal, power with a number 2 heal.com. I'll put all of that in the chat. And yes, Tiff, we're going to play with clay for sure. And I'll put all this information in the chat, but go to my website, book a call with me. Also, let's talk. I have an assessment that we can talk about these thoughts that keep you stuck, that are keeping you in this place of not enough. And I encourage you to do it, because I will tell you, when you become aware of the thoughts that are keeping you in this place of not living with joy, you can shift it and it becomes something that will change the entire trajectory of your life. So I'll put all that information in the chat, and I want to thank you all for being here. This was super fun. Thank you, Haley, for having me. This is an awesome event.